Hey everybody, Carol Siddle here with Pink Dragon JJ. I am working on a Christmas 5-ring binder. It was a something cookbook, can't remember what. And this is my 3rd Christmas journal. I've already sent 2 of them off to Diane Shaw at cover-Pt.1, and she is my old barn door on Etsy. So hopefully she'll be putting those up before too much longer. I know she just got them this week, and she is a busy girl. But I thought I'd put the cover on and just kind of go through my process on film and figure, like, why not? I don't know how long this video will take, but if you want to hang in and watch this, you can see how it is. It's really way easier than anybody thinks it is. First thing I did was pick out my material for my cover. And this is some new material that I got. I got this on Etsy. Isn't it just cute, the snowman with the tractor? I just love it. I got that. And then I got another one, but I'll show you later. So I've cut it to size. And the first thing I did was take all the pages out for the from the cookbook part. But what I like to do, instead of throwing those away, because they're way too heavy to mail when you put them in there, what I do is I just tie a little piece of string through the holes, and I use these for glue pages, just like you would a book. I'm like, why waste them? So I just rip one off, and there I go, got my glue pages. And of course, if they're bigger pages, you got more room to glue. So I just hang on to them. I don't really need them. I kind of do peek through them though and look at the desserts and see what they got. But you know, hey, these days pretty much everything's on Pinterest. So anyhow, that's what I do with the pages. And then what you have to do, especially if you're using a heavy dark material, or like upholstery material, you don't need to do this step. But if you're using cotton, this is a light cotton weight, and it's got a white background, you definitely need to do this. You need to gesso all the way around the cover, the spine, and the back, because otherwise the words will show through the white, and you don't want it showing through blah 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 cookbook through your pretty journal cover. So I put 3 coats of gesso on here. It took that much. You can just barely see it, but I've checked, and it doesn't show through at all. So, and what I did was every step that I gessoed, I did the front and the back, and I left that dry, and I did 3 coats, and then I did the back. Don't try to do all the way around at once, because when you go to set it down to dry, it's going to stick to whatever. Just be patient and get that done right, because that's an important step. So nothing shows through. So, and then I just get my material. Let me move this out of my way. I got stuff everywhere. My bed is just like chock full of my stuff, because I wanted to have it. Move this over a little bit and make sure I'm centered here. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good here. So anyhow, I don't know if I can bring it in closer. I mean, I could, but I just kind of want to leave it right there. That way you can see it really good. Make sure you got plenty of your glue, and I highly recommend using Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Tex, whatever. I bought a new bottle, just got this, so because it works really good, and it's gonna hold forever. So and to measure my material, I don't get fancy about it. I basically lay this out, make sure I got room to come over the edges, and then I do this to see if it closes. Boom, done. And make sure I got enough to roll over. Okay, so now before I do any type of gluing, I want to make sure that I have the picture straight. Okay, so that actually looks pretty good to me. You can see it, so you can kind of tell. And one of the things I do before I get started on when I lay my material out, I remove any drinks, any ink, anything that can mess up my material away from the table that I'm working at. I only have one table, so basically everything comes off the table and until I am done with my cover and got it ready. So I got this, and I love to do ruffles along my covers. If you know me, I just love to do that. So I have this that I got off of a king size pillow sham from Goodwill, and I washed it, of course. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut this, and then now here's what I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to lay it flat or if I actually want to ruffle it with a loose ruffle. Knowing me, I'm going to ruffle it. And then I'm going to use another material. Hold on, I'll get it out and show you. I went to Tuesday morning, and y'all, they hardly had anything, but what they did have, it was like I was in heaven. Look at this. These are perfect for ruffles. Perfect for trims, just anything like that. And it's the plaid. Let's see, get the plaid up here. This really cute form. You got the ticking. You got truck, bees, lots of bees. Then it goes back into the plaid and it starts over again. I got that for $7. And then I got this for $6.99. And these match what I just showed you. I was like, I could not believe, and it was the only one left. And these are 18 by 21 inches, perfect for a journal cover. So I've got the truck, the farm, the bee, the plaid, and the ticking. I'm so excited. It was like, oh, I was so excited. And then I also got, I know I'm showing you guys covers, but I wanted to show you this, because I've not seen this anywhere. I got this awesome calendar. It's a 16-month calendar. Look at the pictures on the back. I don't know if you can see them with the glare, but I'll be using these in journals after the end of 2022, because before that it's going to go front and center. But aren't these just the coolest? I just loved it. And let's see, it says $14.99 in the US, but I believe I got it for $4.99. Tuesday morning. They didn't have much, but they had everything that I love. So anyhow, and then this is what I'm going to use on the inside cover, because it's got the Christmas tree and it's got the wood and the snowflakes. You know, kind of goes with that, with the trees. And I'll show you how I do that. That's easy peasy too. So, okay, so I don't have anything around me that can, gotta get all that fuzz from those things off. Okay, now I'm gonna open this back up. Make sure I'm really centered on the sides. And take your time because you want it to come out right. Okay. Now I have a little gizmo I can use on the corners that measures 1/8 inch out, but this is thicker than 1/8 inch, so I will probably just do it folding it in that way and then folding it in like that to do my corners. Okay, and then I'll show you how I do this part when I do the inside. So I don't think I've got it quite straight though. I'm looking at this tractor here. Okay, let me see. I always double check, triple check, double check. Okay, looks good. I'm holding this down so it stays where it was. Okay, so what I do, well, first of all, I need to get this ready. Get my Fabri-Tac ready. Oh. I have no nails and they just break and chip. There we go. Nope, nothing like a new bottle of Fabri-Tac. Ooh, I could not get here fast enough. That and a new bottle of gesso. Okay. Get it on there good and tight. Okay, so what I do, I actually like to do it this way. I'm a lefty and I just find it easier. Double check my centerness again. I look at the design, looks good. And I just put glue all the way around. I get the corners like really good. Come down to this. Do that. And I'm not going to do that part yet. I'm just doing the edges, and I even like to do along here so that the fabric catches on the sides. You know, and I'm generous with my Fabri-Tac. I don't overdo. You don't need to overkill Fabri-Tac. It's gonna stick, believe me. And then a little extra here on the corner. Okay, put my top on. Okay. Then I always start from the center. Get my centerpiece in. Sometimes you have to hold that down because you want to pull a little bit. You want to have it snug. Okay. You can actually wait and do those corners because you're going to fold those in. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. My apologies, because I'm doing my corners different than I normally do them. Let's fold the corners in first. It'll be a lot easier. A little extra Fabri-Tac there. Let's do that, and make sure you get it pointed straight on. You want to have a nice, good. And this part you can come back and glue down. You just want to make sure you got it nice and snug. Hold your corner. Don't do it too tight because you don't want to poke a hole in your material. Okay? Okay. And then I'm just going to run this down. We're actually going to run it onto the material. Onto the material. Okay. Now we're going to come up here and then here. You want this to be flat. Just come in with a tool so that is nice. Just rub a little Fabri-Tac on there because you want that nice, a nice good line there. Okay, come in snug. Fabric tack, squishy it down. You can always come back and put more fabric tack on. Okay. Of course, you're going to get fabric tack all over your fingers, which is perfectly okay. And then I'm just going to do a bead down here. Okay. I'll do a little bead. This is going to be covered too, so just kind of keep that in mind. How it looks on the edges here, you don't really need to worry about because you're going to have that covered. You just want to make sure it's nice and secure. Okay. And then what I like to do is snuggle it down. Now some people put fabric tack underneath the middle. I don't like to do that because it can soak through your material. If you got your sides down good, you don't need to worry about covering the whole inside. You just don't need to. It looks much smoother and gives you a nicer presentation if you don't do that. That's my opinion. Yours might be different, and that's perfectly okay. Okay? Make sure we've got it straight. Looking good. Okay, I'm gonna run my bead down. I'm gonna run it down the material. I'm gonna run it down here. I'm gonna run it down here. Stop, Millie, stop. My dog's barking, sorry. Millie. It's okay, it's just the workers. Okay, they're working on, we're in a new subdivision, and they are working on the houses on either side of us. It's about to drive my dog nuts. One of them could care less. The puppy could care less. He's like, la 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 la, let's go have fun. But Millie she gets very anxious. She's a rescue. Well, except for the puppy, all of ours are rescues. She doesn't like people being close to her house. So, okay, so now we've got this. So hold this down. Okay, and then should be on the corner. Okay, so we're gonna come up. We're gonna do our corner. Don't worry about those because they're gonna be covered up anyhow. We're gonna come up here. Give it a minute to grab hold. Give it a minute. And we're going to do all this. Okay. Then once again, we're going to pull from the center. And we're going to come in. And then we're going to make sure that this is nice and neat. Nice and neat. Like I said, take your time. Take your time on your corners. You'd be glad you did. Okay. And you just pull that just really as tight as you can because you want that to really be flush. You will get so much glue on your hands, but you know, it's part of what it's about, right? You'll have little glue pieces everywhere. Make sure it kind of goes down. And I just come in, I run my bead, run under the edge. Get it on there, flatten it down. Okay. See, that's already drying. Then you bring it down. Make sure it's looking good. It's looking good. Okay. Now, what I do is when I do the interior part, material, I cut it about 1/4 inch so that it will fit underneath here. And I have these great little tools. I got these from Cricut when I had my Cricut machine, because they're great for, you know, it will fit under there, and you can push your material under, and that way your material goes all the way under, and you don't have to worry about what you're going to do with that red band. Okay, now this part, before I do the sides, I cut this in line with this. I cut just a little bit, and I just eyeball it. Because this is going to come up and go under here. And all you need is a little bit above it. You don't need all this material. Okay? You just don't need that much. It's still too much if you ask me. Okay, so I'm gonna being a southpaw sometimes can be a pain in the butt. Okay. So now I'm gonna come back and snip that. Don't snip it all the way up to the edge, okay? Because you're gonna fold some over. Okay, so now I'm gonna run my bead this way, this way. You can smooth that, but I always start in the center, and then you're gonna pull this nice and neat. Put some glue under there if you need to, okay, because you want that to hold. Work your corners, work them around. Put this down. Sticky fingers. And then this part, start in the center and work out to the edge. You can use your tools. So it didn't quite. So what I need to do is cut this. And where I'm cutting it is to line it up with that. So it's almost like you have two pieces here. But that's okay, okay? So I need to put more here. A little bit here. Get these up. Now I have one that's more like a pokey. It's pointed, that works really good for going under. And I still might have a little bit too much material. So this is where you just play and get it right, okay? Okay, where's my other one? Looking for my other tool. I know it's in here. Why can't I see it? Why can't I see you? Where are you? There you are. Because it has the point on it. Watch this. Black magic. You just gotta work it. Work it. Work it. And it will go underneath. It'll go. Believe me, it'll go. I probably could have cut it a little bit shorter, but look at there. Now that's all going to be covered with the other material, so you don't need to worry about it, okay? Okay. And then we're going to do this. I'll do it along here again, because that probably dried out a little bit. never have too much glue. Okay. Okay, so pull from the center. Pull from here. And what you can do is just kind of get those to mesh together. And you're gonna have that other material, remember, over that. So you're really not gonna notice that. And then you want to make sure to get that corner all the way down and then all the way up. So you get a nice corner. You with me so far? It takes patience, it takes time, but it's well worth it. Don't rush your cover. What is it that they say? First impressions? Well, your cover is the first thing people see. And good corners shows good workmanship and that you cared about, you know, what you're doing. And like over here, you know, I can stick a little bit of glue there and just run this back down. Get that. There we go. Well, of course my nose is going to itch in the middle of doing this. Okay. Now you can do the same thing with this. To get it flat. Because you don't want that to crumple underneath your other material. I tell you, by the time you get done with this cover's not going anywhere. Just get it all down. Okay. I've got glue everywhere. Don't wear your good clothes when you do this. Actually, okay, so now we're gonna turn it the other way. And we're gonna go ahead and cut this. You can kind of get an idea. You only need a tiny bit to go under there. You really do. So, just, you know, give yourself time. Do it a couple times just to make sure. Okay, so we're going to go across here. And go all the way down. And go down. Da, 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 da. Okay. First thing we're going to do is that corner. Nope, actually we want to do from the middle. Do from the middle first. Then the corner. Just kind of make sure it's all smoothed out. Pull it, because you don't want it loopy on the edges. See, I'm even pulling this a little bit tighter. It's okay. Because it'll stick. It's going to stick down. Okay. And now I'm coming back over here. We're going to do this side. Get lots of glue in that corner. And we're going to do glue down here. And do glue up here. Lots of glue, lots of glue, lots of glue. Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pull this up here. And then I'm going to do, and sometimes what I'll do, because sometimes it won't go all the way under, like, it'll go all the way under, but like, I'll put glue right at the top. You don't really need it, because once it gets under there, it's not going anywhere. Okay. And if that comes a little bit, got a little close, that's okay. And it's perfectly okay. Stick that under there too. Just pull it up, get it nice and flat, and then come back here, get your corner down. Nice clean corner. Want that nice clean corner. Like I said, this is all going to be covered up, so you don't need to worry about it. Oh, my fingers are... You can scooch that closer if you want. Okay. Now what I do is I come in and I press these corners down. Press my corners down. Get that in there really good. Don't worry about these. You can pull these off later. You can trim them off later. You know, it's cool. Okay, so I might want to come under here, do this one. Smooth it down. Okay. And then come in here, smooth that corner. Work your corners. Those corners. Up. There we go. Okay. You can, trim if you want. Let's see where I'm at on time. 34 minutes. We're doing pretty good. Okay. But I'm probably going to stop right now. And then I will come back in my next video and we'll do the inside, because what I like to do is let this dry overnight before I go putting on the other part. It's like I said, with your cover, be patient, be kind to it, because it is like the, like I said, it's the first impression of what people think your journal is going to be. So always give your cover and your insides, but especially your cover, give them lots of good attention. Okay, so now it should close. And so far, that's what we have. Isn't it cute? I just love it so much. And I'll have something probably along here too. Maybe like that plaid, wouldn't that be pretty? Okay, don't let these be together because your glue is not dry. You don't want your corners stuck together, because I've done that, and when you try to pull them apart, you can rip your material. So I'm going to leave this as is for tonight. I'm going to let it dry good. Just leave it here, and then tomorrow I'll come in and we'll do the inside cover. Now you can use material. You can use scrapbook paper for the inside if you wish. You don't have to use material. It's just something I like to do. But you don't have to. If you have pretty scrapbook, you know, a good square scrapbook paper would be just fine. So anyhow, y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next video. God bless everybody.